I'm here with Tonita Cheatham, Director of Marketing at Hutzel Hospital, and I wanted to ask you, firstly, if you could talk just a little bit about Dr. Womack.
Well, Dr. Sophie Womack was a trailblazer in everything that she did. Prominent Detroiter, physician. She was the first African-American Vice President of Medical Affairs for the DMC. She was President of the Wayne County Medical Society. She has been Chief of neonatal units at Sinai Grace. She managed our NICUs here at Hutzel. I mean, she was a overall leader. And when you look up leadership in the dictionary, there was a picture of her. She just felt like if she was going to be involved in anything, she was going to be either at the top or at the head of it. So, in everything that she did, she was truly a maverick.
Perfect. Could you also tell me a little bit more about this weekend's Women's Health Empowerment Series, perhaps where the idea for that came from?
Well, we just are tremendously excited. About a year and a half ago, Dr. Patricia Wilkerson-Uddyback, who is our Vice President of Medical Affairs, was charged to figure out a way for us to work on increasing our female volume here, and not just OB or GYN, but just increasing the women's service line that we have here. And so we met and talked about strategic ways in which to do this. I am always of the approach in the integrated marketing communication mix that a good grassroots strategy is a tremendous foundation for all that you do. And so we were committed to doing a more community-focused, a community-based focused type of strategy in doing this. And so in light of that, we thought that creating a strategic or significant or tying a significant name to this project would be key and ideal, particularly in this market, to push and move this forward, since our hospital systems that we compete against is so competitive. And so what was that competitive edge? What did we create, or what was the brand we put on this to give it the competitive edge over our other sister hospital systems here in the region? And so we thought almost simultaneously to the fact that Sophie Womack, she was a strong advocate for women's health and infant issues in the various capacities from a volunteer perspective that she served in. This is what she did as relates to women's health and infant health and protection. And so we thought, what better name, what better brand to give an initiative like this than Sophie Womack? So then the question was, what we call it? You think about what is Sophie's legacy, and it was easy to determine that it was about empowerment. So it was easy to come up with the DMC Sophie Womack Women's Health Empowerment Series because, it was all synonymous. The DMC, since its women's hospital inception back in 1863, has been all about providing the women of this metropolitan community with the best, most cutting-edge health care for women. And we've been doing it for nearly 150 years. And this was Sophie's mantra, so we felt that it was the perfect marriage to start a grassroots community outreach strategy on this. And so it's that's how this came along. Now, it took months to get to this point, but we are tremendously excited at our event that's happening on Saturday, June the 16th at the Birmingham Community Center. We have over 400 women registered. Doesn't mean that more won't come. But the day is going to be complete with physician panel discussions talking about specialized women's services. We have a healthy cooking demonstration, we have fashion show, we have makeup demonstrations, and we are partnering with other hospitals in our system, Sinai Grace, Detroit Receiving Hospitals, to really showcase to the women in metropolitan Detroit that we are a unified health system focused on helping women lead and live healthier lives. It was what Sophie was all about.
Thank you so much, Tonita. That's wonderful.